me. He got me. I got shot. I got shot. But he didn't get me a long time. I mean, less than a minute in. Less than a minute in. It wasn't like yesterday. It wasn't like yesterday. We good now? We good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. I swear. I said the devil wasn't going to get me today. I said that I'm going to get up early this morning. I didn't get up early, but I got up on time. I said I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to get it right. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do what I got to do, get my shine on, make sure I have enough time to do everything so I can get this party started on time like a responsible adult. And that's what we're talking about today. Here it is, the Urban Therapy with Sun show. You know what I mean? Am I coming through loud and clear? I'm good. We good? What up, y'all? What's good? What's good? T Carry, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. Tori 2200. Always a pleasure to see you here, man. Always a pleasure. And Emily Brown Eyes is in the house. Bow! She about to turn it out. Good to see me some you. Carla. What's up, ma? What's up? All right. So today, we are talking about the problem with growing up responsible. Now, I could have said growing up responsibly, but that's not what I mean. I mean growing up responsible. I'm talking about when your mom and your dad or whoever raised you instilled all of the good stuff in you. All of the, no, don't go too far with this. Don't let this happen. Make sure you pay your bills on time. Don't hang out with this person. Don't let this person influence you. Don't talk to strangers. Don't drink. Don't get high. And if you do, don't drink a lot. Don't ever smoke a pre-rolled joint or blunt or none of that. Be a lady. Always treat women with respect. Take care of your kids. Pay your bills. Study for your exams. Go to class. Go to school. Don't hooky. Treat your elders with respect. Don't speak out of turn. Watch yourself. Wash yourself. Take care of your hygiene. Don't be out there misrepresenting your family, your home training. Let that always be on display. See, the thing is, when that stuff is really ingrained in you, when it's really real, and the things that your parents have taught you, you actually listen to instead of just blowing them off and doing whatever you wanted to do, it can become a problem. It can become a problem, especially when you're younger, because you may not indulge or partake in the same things that your peers are doing, and you could be called the nerd. You could be called the mama's boy. You could be called the daddy's little girl. You could be called the one that played it safe, the one that can't never had no fun. Had no fun. Have no fun. Hold on, we could do better than that. We can do better than that. Hold on. We're going to talk about being a responsible adult today, right? And we're going to talk about some of the problems that can come out of that. First of all, I want to say to all of y'all responsible adults, stand strong. Stand strong. Responsible adults matter. They really do. And I'm not saying that because I was a responsible adult, because there were many times in my life I wasn't very responsible. I might have been disciplined heavy on this side, but totally undisciplined over here. I may have been totally responsible when it comes to this, but over here it was like, I've always been the type to pay my bills, but I ain't always been the type to pay my taxes. So let me know if you understand. Let me know if you're a responsible man and a woman, you know that you can. Make sure that the household is ran with a Iron fist, no, I'm not saying that you mad or get pissed. I'm saying that you make sure you raise them right. You make sure that you make sure they bright. Don't talk back, not a whole lot. Listen to that. Make sure that they was on point. Don't be running around here rolling the joint. Don't let me smell that shit in my house. If I catch you with the wrong company, you're gonna be out. Cause we don't play that stuff. Yeah, I know that it's really like type tough. Out there in these streets, and somebody you meet is gonna try to make you give it up that ass, yo. And they gonna try to make you do it fast. And they might even try to offer you some cash. And that's how it's going down. All right. So Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1:30 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. So we're talking about the problem with growing up responsible. What do you know about the problem with growing up responsible? When you grow up responsible, especially when you're a young person, a young adult, maybe you just got out of high school, you don't want to smoke the weed. You don't want to drink the 40 ounce. Now, I'm dating myself because when I was younger, when I was a teenager, 40 ounces of malt liquor was the thing. I started off small. I couldn't drink a 40 ounce of malt liquor. I could barely stand a can. So I could drink 40 ounce of, not a whole 40, but like a cooler, like White Mountain cooler. I don't know if y'all remember, there used to be this cheap ass wine cooler called White Mountain. And it came in a 40 bottle. That shit came in a 40 bottle, baby. So I wasn't like no big drinker or nothing when I was a baby. You know what I mean? I have to say that because I had friends when I was 14, 15, 16. They was in, even going to the bar. How you get in a bar, sit in a bar when you 15, 16 years old? Well, some was able to do it because they had facial hair. When I was 16 years old, I looked like I was more like 13. I remember having to show my high school ID just to get into a house party. Picture that. It was real. So anyway, when you're responsible as a young adult, that means you're not trying to get out of trouble. Get in trouble all the time because you don't like having to try to get out of trouble because that shit can ruin your young life. Getting suspended, which can lead to you getting grounded or what they used to call on punishment. You get on punishment at the crib. Now you at the crib, and this wasn't the days of no cell phones, social media, you know what I mean, playing games on your phone. When you was on punishment back in the day, you didn't get even a regular telephone call. Your friends calling the crib, and you can't talk to them. Hoping your mama go to the store or something so you could use the phone real quick. Like, yo, you know I'm on punishment. Yo, you know I'm on restriction. So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to call and say, yo, what's up, y'all? When I see y'all at school tomorrow, you know what I mean? We gonna have fun. But I gotta do this month. I gotta do this monthly bid at the crib. No telephone, no TV, doing mad chores, doing my homework. So you might have been a responsible young adult and you didn't want to get into that type of shit, which made sense. But your friends, You had friends who didn't give a fuck. They was getting into all kinds of shit. They want to steal shit. You don't want to steal nothing. You ain't got no reason to steal. Your parents might have gave you what you wanted, or you might have had a job, but they want to steal something. Let's steal a car. I want to steal a car. Let's steal something out of the store. Why can't we just buy the food? Yo, we gonna run a train. We gonna run a train on Tanya. We are? Yeah. Tanya says she gonna let us all. Come on, man. We did it before. We did? Y'all did? Yeah. And we gonna do it again. You know, it's Tanya. All right. We gonna wear hats, right? We gonna wear Jimmy. You know, I ain't fucking behind y'all. Y'all supposed to be running train on Tanya, not Big Butt Tanya. That's my no, not Big Butt Tanya. Big Butt Tanya would never let nobody run train on her, to my knowledge. So anyway, but the other Tanya, let's call her Little Fly Tanya. No, because she was fly, she wouldn't be getting the train ran on. Anyway, bottom line is, you got sympathy for Tanya. Like, Tanya, what led you? What led you to this? Why you letting them? Do you know who they fuck around with? Tanya, I'm trying to rescue you. Why you going to let them do it to you, Tanya? Manifest Reality was good. Luke Miola was good. Brown, not black people. What's up? And let me see. Dipples D's is in the house. What's good? Fuckface 3000. Hold on. OG of WGKTA. What up? Blue Badger. What's good, y'all? Oh. No, never mind, OG. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, dog. You a bitch. Matter of fact, I should erase your shit. I'm gonna let you ride. I'm gonna let you. Oh yeah, fuck you too, Blue Badger. Tell us to go back to Africa. These troll niggas are no good. So, see, that's what I get. See, I try to be nice, and this is the kind of shit that responsible people run into. These are the pitfalls. You try to be nice to people. You try to be respectful of people, and they come in trying to shit on you. Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck y'all niggas. That was for your mom. You know what I mean? Wipe that shit off your face. That was for your mom. Hold on. You a little too early. Oh, you a little too early. I see you. But you a little too early. Hold on. Just hold on a minute. Hold on. Chill. So yeah. So that's the problem. Those can be some of the problems when you're a young, responsible adult. You know, you just getting your feet wet and you hanging around with friends. Maybe not all of your friends, but some of your friends are already practicing for prison. They already going to prison practice every day. They getting it in. It's like, yo, all right. We're going to do everything to make sure that we solidify our spot in the prison. First, we're going to go to the county. Then we're going to go upstate. Yeah, we going to make sure we get locked up by 19. Yo, don't hate. I'm already fighting 3 cases. 1 violent, 2 on some theft shit. Yo, we going to do this thing. Yo, on some right to the left shit. So y'all understand what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? Actual facts, baby. So back to our regularly scheduled program. And we're talking about the problems with growing up being responsible. Or should I say, the problems with growing up responsible. Do me one favor, y'all. One favor, not a lot. Please hit the like button. hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. But if you can't subscribe to the channel, just hit the like button. We're going to talk about some good shit today. Trust me, this conversation will be on fire. This will be exactly what you're looking for, even if you wasn't looking for it. So, growing up responsible. A lot of people take unfair advantage of people who are responsible, because when you are a responsible person, when you have been brought up to do the right things and take care of things, sometimes people try to take unfair advantage of you and put you in positions where they try to play you. I mean, just to be totally honest, they try to play you, and then you might be of a forgiving nature because you understand that they didn't have the things that you did. And here you are having sympathy for the devil. Sympathy for the devil. Sympathy for the devil. You know you ain't supposed to be having no sympathy for his wicked badass, but you might. And it's not, hold on. And it's not always the people outside of your family doing it. You know, you might have irresponsible people in your family. And here you are. You the one going to work every day, not calling out, not messing up at the job, not getting fired, getting promoted, getting bonuses, working OT, working your way up the corporate ladder or whatever ladder. You getting money and you saving your money. You got enough to spend and enough to have a lot left over. And what do the irresponsible people do? They come to you when they fuck up at their job. I just lost my job and I got kicked out my place, and I don't know why they evicted me. Yo, he was a slumlord and shit. Hey, yo, that job, my supervisor was on some other shit, my manager too. But me and my 3 kids, I don't know what we gonna do. Can I stay at your guest house? I mean, your guest room? Yeah, the 3 of us. Oh, yo, can you put us up just until I get back on my feet? 9 months. All right. Caller, welcome to the... Hey, yo. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I want to thank you for calling in. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
You woke me up.
I woke you up?
Yeah, you always wake me up.
I thought the Lord woke you up. Which one is it going to be?
Well, the Lord...
I thought the Lord woke you up. Nah. Hold up. Wait. I thought the Lord woke you up this morning.
Well, I got woke up when the show came on.
I ain't mad at that. So it's good.
Well, you know, responsible could be a lot of things. I've been responsible my whole entire life, and I'm catching it, you know. I'm catching it, literally catching it. You know, people don't like when your light's shining because you're doing the things you need to do. I'm also having fun while I'm being responsible. I'm glad that I'm an adult, and I'm glad I'm on my own, but I'm still being responsible. I had different challenges when I was younger. Like, I had to find out where I fit in at. When I was younger, like 15, you know, I had a group of girls I used to run with. I really liked those girls I used to hang with. And, you know, so the guys liked us, and they was a little bit older than us. We was 15. They was like 18 and 19. Mm-hmm. And they was going over to the guys' houses. I ain't going to say something told me. I didn't know the Holy Spirit was influencing me then. I didn't have the Holy Spirit in me, but I had something influencing me. And plus, I didn't know our parents is a version of the Lord. Everybody don't know that now, you know. They don't even fear their parents. So they was like, come on in, Stacey, come on in. Glad I ain't going in their house. Because I would have went in their house right now, I would have some kids right now.
Okay.
Starting at 15. You know, I would have had some kids right now, and I'm so glad I didn't go in that house. I had to to this day, I had to find out where I belong. I don't need nobody. I'm 54 years old. I don't need nobody telling me and preaching to me. Pray for me. You don't need to tell me. Eventually, I will find out. I know right from wrong. Ain't nobody gonna stick no Mickey in my drink or nothing like that. My parents already done taught me how to drink and be responsible. You know, because you got to, because you don't know they can give you an edible or whatnot, and you might can't handle that kind of stuff.
Well, okay, so what if somebody looked at being responsible as like not drinking at all?
Yeah, but I drink. I can't be all the way sober because to me, I just go insane if I'm all the way sober. I gotta have me at least 2 or 3 glasses, and I'm good.
All right, hold on. Let me ask you this: what age did you start drinking?
21.
Oh, so you was a responsible young adult. If you waited all the way until you was legal age to start drinking, I know shit. I know where you come from. Your friend, most of the people that you grew up with didn't wait till 21 to start drinking.
Oh no, everybody was all out there. They was really out there.
Yeah, I hear you.
I was,
I hear you.
I was kind of hated. They was really out there, doing. I did everything. I lost it. I lost it. The virginity at 21. I started drinking at 21. I just had fun. I had fun. I got it over with. God had been called me a long time ago. I had been doing my spiritual journey at the age of 5, writing things down. My mom gave me a journal and everything. She knew what I was gonna go through.
Okay.
She knew my family was dysfunctional.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've been writing, trying to find out who God is, still trying to find out who He is. And I was like, I ain't gonna serve you and give up my life and ain't nobody else doing it. He had to show me who was doing it, and then I did it.
Okay. I mean, listen, you never know who's gonna come along in your life and make you trust them, even if it's for a short amount of time. You know what I mean? Or for a short amount, or a small purpose or whatever. Because you got to trust somebody. You can't distrust everybody because you got to make a move at some point. So,
and I want to correct you something. I normally don't say nothing because I don't be want to argue with you because you will argue. But the devil is not just a he; it could be a she too. And I do not feel sorry for he or she.
Wait, goddamn minute. Wait a goddamn minute. How you know? From what I understand, God is a man and the devil is too.
The devils I've been dealing with, they've been working through these hoes heavy on me. And the devil is using them, and they supposed to be in church.
The truth is, from what I understand, women are the real devil, but they can also be the real angel. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They, according to the Bible, they are responsible for all of the bad things on this earth. And I think that it's only fitting that they should get all the blame for it. And that includes you too, because you're not a good person. You're bad, terrible. Made in the image of Eve.
You know what? I just woke up. I almost started. I literally just woke up. I ain't gonna argue with
that. Eve, according to the Bible, Eve was very irresponsible, but Adam wasn't.
We're not gonna get into Eve and Adam and
shit.
Because they people say if they see Eve, they gonna beat her up. God ain't gonna even let you get close with that kind of attitude. God ain't gonna let you get close to Eve because we done started all over, and you got that kind of attitude, you ain't getting in heaven.
I don't believe that all women are bad. I don't believe. Listen, there's good and bad in both genders, and there's also good and bad in every person. You know what I mean? Nobody is all good. Nobody is all bad.
I don't believe that either. But I've been experiencing that, and I've been experiencing with people competing against me, and I'm like, I didn't even know I was competing. I didn't know. I thought I was just living my life. Let me live my life and have fun. I've been responsible enough helping my family. And I didn't mind. I really didn't mind helping my family. I didn't complain about it. They helped raise me, change me, fed me, roof over my head. I did the same thing. I loved it.
Okay.
only child. I didn't even complain about my cousin. He funded and did what he had to do, but I did the labor. So, some people don't like that. And you think people gonna be with you because they get old and be a doctor. They better come take care of them when they get sick. They ain't got to take care of you being mommy dears to them kids. They ain't got to take care of you. You be right up there in the nurse home. They go on living their life. They ain't got to.
Okay, so you consider yourself to have grown up being a responsible person, right? Yo.
I can't hear you.
What you mean you can't hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. So you consider yourself to have grown up being a responsible person, right?
Well, so far.
Wait, don't go too far. This is yes or no.
I'm telling you, I struggle. It's temptation out there. I struggle.
But okay, but even if you just because you fell down a few times or took a few chances or messed up a few times doesn't mean that you weren't responsible. It just means that you fell victim to being human sometimes. But would you have considered yourself to be a responsible person or an irresponsible person?
I'm a responsible person.
Okay. So did you being a responsible person keep you from having fun?
No, I have a lot of fun.
All right. So if you had fun, what separated the fun that you had from the other people who you might have considered to be irresponsible? Like, could y'all have fun doing the same things, or did you have to have fun doing this while they had fun doing that?
Well, my friends didn't like, and their fun, I didn't like their fun. Because my fun, when I was out there in the world, when I didn't have my boyfriend, I just went to the strip club, and I had my fun that way.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Slow.
They claimed they didn't like it, but they was all in right along with me.
Wait, what kind of strip club? The male strippers?
The males, we have strip clubs too. I don't know if we have them no more, but we have them too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But so let me get this straight. Here you are. I'm thinking that you a little, young, responsible. You know what I'm saying? Just a little flower. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not a shrinking violet, but a flower, a pristine young woman. And here you are with this big dick in your face. You know what I mean? Gyrating and shit with this G-string totally naked.
I didn't let them come that close to me, but I had fun looking. There wasn't nothing wrong with looking.
How you stop them from coming close to you? What you sat in the back? Because they'll come get you from what I seen.
But you know what? They know a good girl. I don't know, it's something about just inside you. They know when you different because they sure will try to come to you.
Oh yeah? Well, to me, they figure you were there.
Yeah, I know, but I have fun. I had to have fun some kind of way. I used to go to house parties a lot, and I had fun that way. I have fun with house parties.
Okay.
But see, my friends, they was into like drugs and dope boys and stuff like that. I wasn't into that kind of fun. I wasn't into that. I went into material things like that.
Okay.
So they had, dope boys that had that money and those gold chains and stuff, and they had the latest outfits and stuff, and they liked it all. So that's not my kind of fun. I was scared of my mom.
So you never went with a drug dealer or nothing like that?
Well, you know what? I think I did, and I didn't know it, and he didn't tell me.
Okay. But you suspected he was getting money on the street?
He didn't tell me, but he always protected me. He even protected me from my ex from next door. He had discernment. But he didn't tell me, gave me respect. I didn't know it because I probably wouldn't have fooled with him. Just like a married man, I don't fool with that. So they don't tell me.
Wait.
Did he, I find out, it'd be over.
Did he give you money?
Did he give me money?
Yeah.
I'm not going to front and lie on you. The first person I got treated right the first person that ever treated me like a lady was the guy that broke my heart, and that was John. He the one did for me. The rest of them just gave me their heart, and I know what to do. Gave me their heart, showed me what to do and how a man be playing or whatnot. They didn't do nothing for me or nothing like that.
So let me get this straight. You went with a dope boy, and you ain't get no big gold and bamboo earrings with your name in it?
No,
or
I
his
ain't
name
getting
in it?
none of that. Maybe he was trying to hide out on me. I don't know, but I ain't getting none of that. I can get my own stuff now, and then I can get my own stuff, but I ain't getting none of that. I didn't know the game like that.
Hold on a second. This boy Godly, what is his name? Godly Unsung Hero. He said, "Bro, beard look like carpet." Yo, you should see your mom pussy. Yo, that shit. That's a carpet right there, dog. And there are times when it's red, but I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that you would notice something like that. But anyway, back to what you were saying. Yo, so check. So all right. So growing up as a responsible, as a young adult, do you feel like you kept it going that way, or did you start to fall off later on as you got like maybe into your later 20s or 30s?
I kept it going. That's when I was struggling with my demons. I was struggling, and I call them demons because I was dealing with my weight issue. So that's why I say I could count on one finger how many that I had, because I didn't have that many, and I wasn't secure and confident in myself. So I had to deal with my inner self. I had to deal with that. I'm still trying to find out who God is. He's still trying to deal with me. I'm trying to find out how to eat, because I was losing weight, but I was losing weight the wrong way. So I had to learn how to lose weight the right way. All this kind of stuff at 21. And my 30s, you know how they say dirty 30? I don't remember none of my 30s because I got saved in my 20 at the age of 26. So I don't remember anything in my 30s. The whole 30s is just wiped out of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember that. I remember I was serving the Lord, seeking Him, trying to find out what's going on with me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to find my hips, but like I say, and my mother's been gone for like 8 years, and I'm just, paying my bills and taking care of myself, and my family helps me out every now and then, but mainly I'm doing it myself. I give myself a hug sometimes. I'm glad I'm doing that, and I think that's why the enemy is mad at me, because I'm getting, you talking about getting hit, bullies and stalkers and hating on me because I'm doing like I'm supposed to be doing. I can see if I'm out there doing wrong, but I'm not doing wrong. I'm living my life, and it's a trigger to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trigger. So, it ain't like sometimes I flex and sometimes I won't. I keep it to myself, but why? This stuff I earned.
Facts. Do you feel like has anybody ever tried to take advantage of you because they knew you were responsible? Like,
I almost got scammed. I almost got. Now I said I got scammed by the church. I have said I got scammed by the church, but that was me not knowing. But I almost got scammed by a dude too.
Okay.
Almost one time, one dude almost got. I seen where he was coming from, and then he got an attitude because certain things I wouldn't do, and I'm like, oh hell no. No, you ain't taking my money, We're here to help each other. And when we ain't helping each other, you don't need to get my money first.
Yeah. The thing is, like, part of being responsible is like keeping your money straight. And a lot of times, when people know that you keep your money straight, they think it's okay for them not to keep their money straight. So you kind of become their money tree. You know how your mom used to always say, money don't grow on trees, or you always asking me for money like you can just shake the tree. So sometimes people will treat you like that.
Well, I can't be responsible for nobody but myself. I'm on a financial journey. I'm learning how to save, but I'm also learning what I in and what goes out and why I can't keep what I keep, so that's a good thing. And at least I don't feel, and I did follow Mr. Mr. O's advice. If you ain't doing nothing but keeping $5, that's something. So I be feeling happy about having something in my little stash. So,
Yeah.
because that builds up. I mean, I started off with 40, and that did real good, but that's a little too much. So I went back down to 5. Trying to save. But, I'm trying to be that blueprint I have little cousins looking at me and looking at my life, they can choose to look at me and walk the way I walk if they want to, but
Yo, you cut out. Your voice cut out. You there?
People don't understand. When you ain't got no kids, you can do what the hell you want to do. You ain't got to be, you can pay your bills and live the way you want to live. You ain't responsible for nobody but yourself.
But that's the thing, because it's like the tale of two people who don't have kids. Like on one end, people can look at people who don't have kids. Well, some people who don't have kids, are selfish, sometimes a little stingy, and sometimes, since they get to keep all of their money to themselves, they feel like that's the thing to do. And I ain't saying that they wrong, but sometimes they get that label. And then you have the other type where people figure, since you don't have no kids, you should have money. You should have money to lend or give, or like you should be some kind of corporate philanthropist. And like hold on. Let me ask you this, because this is a popular thing, with young people, where because you didn't have kids. Did anybody who had kids ever try to get you to be the godmom because they knew you would give up some money?
No, I should have been godmom, but I ain't never been godmom to nobody in my family, but I always had every single last one of them, but I only still see 2 of them. 2 of them. I helped raise 8, and I only see 2 out of 8.
Okay. Well, where I come from, hand-picking godparents was a thing. You know what I mean? Because those birthdays and those Christmases and back to school and all of that, they wasn't just calling you the godparent because y'all was close. They was calling you the godparent, or electing you the godparent, or ordaining you the godparent, because most people I know didn't go through the church to do it. They just named it. You know what I mean? But it was all about the financial part of it. And I can't say whether that has anything to do with responsibility or not, because they weren't really worried about whether the godparent could influence the child in a good way or not. They were more worried about what you could do for them. So to me, that sounds like predatory behavior in the name of the child. You know what I mean? And possibly in spite of divinity, because it's called the godmother or the godfather, not just the subfather or the submother. You know what I mean? But I knew a lot of people who did that. They was on that.
My friend tried to make me the god, because I always wanted a boy if I did have any children. And my friend, she wanted me to be. That was when I was younger. As we got older, she had her son, and she wanted me to be the god baby of her son. And after I realized what that was, I was like, I ain't got that responsibility. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I still talk to him and everything, and see how he doing, and see how his mom doing and everything, but I'm not god mom. And she was serious about that topic too, about that title. She was really serious, but I never, other than that, that's the only person outside of my family who wanted me to be a godparent.
Yeah. Oh, well, I brought that up because of the whole not having children part. Because a lot of times, if you are a responsible person who doesn't have children, a lot of times people will try to victimize you over that. You understand what I'm saying? They figured that you have money, you got a place to yourself. More than likely, you have more than a 1-bedroom. You know what I mean? Don't be like, and this is especially true for women, because they seem to They seem to go through this the most. You know, you got a woman who has a good job. Don't let her have a house all to herself. She ain't got no kids. She got a two or three spare bedrooms, because she might be making high five figures or a 6-figure salary, and she get to keep all that money to herself. You think everybody gonna let her keep all that money to herself? She paying her bills, she might be struggling to pay her bills. People be thinking just because you ain't no kids that you shouldn't have no problem paying your bills. Well, hold on. Somebody got to pay for that. Somebody got to pay for that Benz outside.
I thought about it.
And this crib here.
My cousin used to work inside of a jail.
Yeah.
And they get paid good money locking up folks. She worked in a women's prison.
Some do.
But she had asked to borrow $20 from me and got $20 from my mom.
She might have drunk up all her money or gambled her money. She might have gave it. She might have drunk up all her money or got high. Yeah, listen, one thing about correctional officers, they be on some shit. Most of them are drunks. They all be fucking each other, and a lot of them get high. Yeah, you know, they
she had a no good nigga.
Well, you lucky she ain't have a no good nigga in the jail, because they be into that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All kinds of grind.
I wanted my money back. they make good money. At the time they made some good money. You know, so
they make good money after they've been there for a while. They make good money after they've been there for a while, and it depends on what state you live in. You know, because some states pay pennies.
Cousin made good money. My cousin was on the police force, and she was a correctioner. I'm like, they make good money.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time for that. You know, don't be hating on me. I need my money.
I hear that.
I need my money. Then people get mad because you have kids and then you can't do. I'm going to get what I want. I'm tired of getting things for my apartment. So I'm going to start, getting what I want for myself, So I'm tired. Long as my bills are paid and I ain't got to lean on nobody, I'm good. I ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
But responsible is not, it has its rewards, but it be feeling like hell sometimes going through being responsible.
Yeah. And sometimes that anguish or that pressure that people apply to you for being responsible can sometimes make you, venture to the other side to see what it's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I like that.
It can get you messed up. You know what I mean?
It gets you messed up, and especially if you they think you talking to somebody, and then here this old woman, she good and married and old and everything, trying to tell a 54-year-old woman what you think my mama ain't tell me, ain't teaching me. You can't tell me who to stay away from. You ain't supposed to do that kind of crap. If you think you see me with something, you don't be trying to rebuke me out loud or humble me. You mind your business. You better be glad I ain't messing with your husband. Keep trying to check me. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, she lucky you wasn't trying to be with her husband. You ain't never lied. I was just thinking that myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like that because
she need to go somewhere and count her blessings.
I'm not going to go to that person. I'm going to pray for that person. That's not none of my business. Unless you ask me to pray, and when you ask me to pray, I'm not going to be like, well, what's the detail? I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I can dig it.
We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that, but we're great at judging.
Yeah.
We're really great at judging. I do not like, God is going to get people for judging. It's okay if you have that spirit of judging, but especially if you know that person. But if you don't know nothing that person is going through, and you putting your 2 cents in it, they're going to cuss you out. You're going to see how sad they really is.
Yeah. Listen, this whole growing up responsible thing, and honestly, growing up responsible can be exhausting because you can really start feeling how well it can start looking like everybody else is just living free. They just doing whatever they want to do. They just, they having fun. At least it might look like they having fun because you're not dealing with the bills piling up that they have to deal with, or the regret that some of them might feel for making bad decisions. And it's not that if you grow up or if you are a responsible person, it's not that you don't have regrets. You might have a lot of regrets, and that might even be a big reason of why you're responsible now, because you can build yourself up to being responsible. It could have always been in you, but you could have had pockets in your life where you wasn't really practicing being responsible. Like,
You know,
like,
yeah, I tell you a story about my mom, and my mom wasn't feeling no pain. I ain't gonna even lie, she wasn't feeling no pain. She got on the floor. She was like, I'm so tired. I'm tired of doing right. I didn't want to laugh, but I almost started laughing. I said, Mom, you got to keep going. Because she wasn't like the other people. She wasn't like her friends or nothing like that. I said, Mom, you got to keep doing it. You can't be sitting out. Because if you do wrong, you're going to get in trouble some kind of way.
yeah. Well, let's say a man or a woman, a young man or a young woman might have been irresponsible sexually when they were younger. You know what I mean? Like, a woman could have been looking for love. She could have been looking for love, and she thought that having sex or giving up the ass was the way to find love. She knew that dudes would act like they liked her if she gave up some ass, and that might have resulted in multiple children and all of that, or diseases, or all that kind of shit, or bad reputation and all of that, and that might have been the thing that sparked her to shut the cookie down later on in life. Yo, no more cookie, or at least start practicing more safer forms of sexual activity. You know what I mean? Maybe start vetting the men that she dealt with more closely. And same thing with men. He could have been throwing his dick around everywhere, and next thing you know, he got like 6, 7 kids, and he ain't even 30 yet. You know what I mean? Like, he never knew what a condom was. You know what I mean? It was raw or nothing. So
I actually know somebody that's like that, and I'm like, stay away from me. You get 17 kids at the age of 54.
17?
Yep.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of kids. I'm like, no, and they weren't good kids either. They ended up being just like him, because he was in and out of jail, and they in and out of jail.
With that many kids, memorizing the names would be probably as hard as that song by DMX. What these bitches want from a nigga? When he talk about, when he name off all the, like, how you remember all them? How you remember that? Like, that's the hardest verse in hip hop, if you ask me. You know what I mean? But like, that's, it's 17 kids. There's no way you're going to be able to say that you were attentive and responsible in raising those 17 kids. There's no way you're going to be able to say that.
Like, I think he's your age, 55. That's how I could remember my age. God always put somebody around me I could remember my age.
Well, I can understand that, but so the bottom line is, people take different paths in life. They take different paths, and the path that you may have taken when you were younger, and you were just out there trying to be like other people, following behind other people, because you know how people will say, well, if I can do it, you can do it. But sometimes that's the worst thing that you can say to a person, because, okay, like, there are just some things that a person can do that other people won't be able to do. Like, if somebody said, well, I'm 6'4", I grew up to be 6 foot 4 inches. If I can do it, you can do it. No, I can't. How about that? You know what I mean? I can't do that. You know what I mean? And there might be other things that I can't do either, or other people can't do either. So, you have to really know where you are in life, and be.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not trying to get so. I don't like being religious. I have a relationship with God, but the goodness of God's mercy, it's like the shit is hard in life, but after you after you go through it and come out, sometimes you can come out with a good attitude and your blessing waiting for you. Just right there waiting for you. And you think I'm gonna let somebody rob me of my blessing that I done worked hard for or hate on me and I ain't supposed to, have my like your chains you wear. You wear your chains with pride, You bought that, you earned that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody, mess my mental up because I love God's blessings and God's curses or the outcome of because it's always when you're doing wrong, it's always consequences, bad consequences. I don't want the bad consequences of trying to do something that God told me not to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm addicted to it. I think I'm addicted to Him.
Oh yeah.
And that's a good one because a lot of people seek God's hand. They don't seek His face. If they seek His face and not His hand, they'll automatically get His hand.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So
and some doors I'm glad they shut, especially when it comes to men. So that
say that again.
The men I wanted.
Now you got to say the whole thing because I'm lost.
No, the men I wanted and couldn't get, or there was competition that I lost and couldn't get, and then after a while, God showed me the reason why. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, what's for you is for you, and what's not, it isn't. You know what I mean? And something might be for you later. Something might be for you later than it is for you right now.
But I don't want no man breaking my heart, making me look old before my time, and then I don't want to be. He want to be bitter as hell. I don't want to be like that.
Do you sing?
No, I can't sing. What's the look back? I can pray.
Okay. Can you hum?
I can't sing. I don't even try to sing.
Okay.
I don't even do karaoke. No.
Do you sing when you by yourself?
Yeah, I do. And that's the only place you'll hear me singing is by myself.
So do you sing loud when you by yourself?
Yes, I do.
All right. So essentially that's practicing singing when you by yourself, right?
Oh, I guess so. It's certain songs I can hit, but I wouldn't try to tell nobody I could sing. I sing R&B songs, I sing gospel songs, especially if it hit me, but I'm not a singer. I'm a prayer warrior.
Don't they have a choir in the church?
I don't want to be in no choir. I was mad at my so-called friend, folks. I should have knew then she was my goddamn friend. She beat me out of being in the choir. My voice could have been developed by now.
All right.
She beat me. I should have knew some red flags then, but they ain't go on no church, they promised. That choir, I was like, that's God's punishment. But no, I just gave up singing. I was, I was interested in singing when I was younger, getting my voice together. After that whole incident, I didn't want nothing to do with singing.
No?
No.
That's a shame.
No, I'm not a singer.
Well, I mean, you should always have a song in your heart. You don't have to.
I have all kinds of songs. Music. I love music. I say music is my friend. When my reality is not right, I look towards music, and sometimes I don't look towards gospel music because if you ain't living right, that gospel music don't hit the same. They talking about R&B is dead. No, gospel is. Excuse me, Lord. I don't mean to say that, but that because if you ain't living right in gospel music ain't breaking off yokes and stuff like that, it ain't right.
Okay. So
it's not right. So I look towards music, to make me happy because TV ain't about nothing no more. And reading, I do read, but I get tired of reading.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have to keep something to keep me entertained. But singing, I don't sing. My thing is cooking, and I ain't saying I ain't no great cook. I know my strength in cooking and baking. I know, and that's what I'm saying. Why these women be trying to try me. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. Why you competing against me? You know, I don't understand that. But it is what it is. You know, they be trying to mess with my mental, and I'm not going to let them do that. That's the only thing I got is my man. Because I remember one time my dude told me he was going to run me crazy. And I always remember that. So I'm looking at y'all with one eye.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he the one said it. But I'm looking at where, you know, whoever I mess with. Now, he's the one that said he was going to run me crazy, but got one eye open on y'all.
Do you think somebody can actually drive you crazy?
Well, that love is nothing to play with. That heartbreak and that love ain't nothing to play with. If you get out of your character, that's driving me crazy. If you ever get out of your character, yeah. Yes, I do.
So what can you do to control your crazy?
I put Jesus first before the man. So that's what's keeping me. He can't get me as long as I keep him in the front.
Okay. All right.
So, and he should love that I love him. Because if I love Jesus, I can love him.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah. I guess if you could do one thing for one, you might be able to do it for the other. That sounds reasonable to me. But
yeah, but I'm not a regular woman. I'm different. I'm not like the rest.
All right.
I'm the yellow bird.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. If you could go back and do everything over again in your life, would you?
You ought to know what that is. You ought to know.
Hold on. Can I finish saying what I'm saying?
Huh? Yeah, know what it is.
You want me to turn your mic off? I turn your mic off. You want me to turn your mic off? I mean, because I do it. All right. If you could go back at any time period in your life, would you still choose the responsible route that you took in real time when you were younger, or would you change some things around? Now, let me say this: if you could go back and change what you did, even knowing the outcome that came when you did whatever you did when you were responsible, would you still choose the same path?
I wouldn't change. As far as responsible, no. But as far as going to school, I was sickly and I would study more harder. I would try even more for school. But being responsible, no. I'm good with my results.
Okay, all right, that's cool because that's a good thing to be able to live with what you've done, because a lot of people who have chosen a responsible route, a lot of them get angry with themselves because they feel like everybody else was just doing whatever they did, and they still got their blessings, and they still got whatever they got and got away with stuff and everything. And here you may have felt like you were suffering, even though you was doing the right thing. So you struggling to do the right thing, and you may have been getting shitted on, or at least that's the way you felt. And here they were doing whatever they felt like doing, and actually, getting away with it, and acting like they don't have a care in the world.
Yeah, but you find as you going through, I found out who my friends was and who was supposed to be close to the family. My friends, I told you when I first got my apartment, they was hating on me when I got my apartment. My close friend wouldn't even come to my apartment to see how my apartment was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when some of my friends came in, they just came in to really just be nosy and peep things out and stuff. Then they ain't been back since. I ended up getting a whole group of new friends in the building and around, the community, but God revealed it. But they weren't my friends around, when I was around my mom. He started pulling off stuff for me, and I knew who my friends was and who wasn't. So that's the thing about, when you have something going on with your health issues,
Mm-hmm.
They stick with you for a moment, but then they start leaving. Or if they can't get what they have been getting from you,
yeah,
they're gone. They gone.
It definitely happens that way. It absolutely happens that way. And
I You sometimes you want support from your friends, not just from your family. You know that, right?
Mm.
I know I do.
No, I mean
It's,
that's normal. I mean, I think when people kick it like they only care about this set of people and not this set of people at all. First of all, I hardly ever believe anybody when they say that because it's not it's not possible to only try to satisfy one side or even be satisfied by one side. It's impossible because you can't be there for everybody's beck and call or whatever, and you can't
yeah,
satisfy everybody. Even the
yeah.
people who love you and support you, you can't always satisfy them. There are going to be times when you disappoint them and yourself as well. There are going to be times when they disappoint you, and that could govern how you move with them in time. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I care about what my friends. Listen, I not only care about what my friends think about me because I mean I also care about what people watching this show think about me because I have to.
Yeah.
If they don't like me, they're not gonna watch no more. So what am I going? Who am I going to be doing
Yeah,
this in front
well,
of?
that's what I will figure. With your show and or my social, but they be all in. They be all in, and I'm like, I really need likes and comments, but you know what? God's still having me win. Yeah.
Yo, you
So much, I'm gonna put you on my profile page
hold
and
on.
show you I
Your
see you watching.
your phone keep going in and out.
I ain't got nothing in the background. I don't know why it ain't going in and
I,
out.
I don't know, you know what I mean? But I know it's you. And,
But
I'm not saying that you're
I
doing it on purpose, but you could be. Let me just ask you,
I
are you doing it on
I've
purpose?
been know people was watching and listening to your show without even commenting or liking. I don't know if they listening for themselves or they listen to find out what they could find out about certain things. I hope they listening for themselves. That would be the good thing to do. And then they can come out the bushes and mark and comment.
Mm.
But normally that's not the case. They just trolling.
Well,
So
you know, um, people gonna do what they do. But, I know that people are always watching you. So when we start talking about the problems with growing up responsible, you know, people who are responsible understand that somebody is always looking at them and judging or assessing or critiquing or whatever. And to those people who are responsible, it's important for them to be known as doing the right things and all of that. But that just
mhm,
because you're doing the right thing doesn't always mean that you feel right. Doing right doesn't
mhm.
always make you feel right. It's like when you pay all your bills and you broke. Like, you respond you did. You acted responsibly and you paid your bills the way you're supposed to, but now you don't have no money. Now, somebody's gonna come along and say, well, that's because you living beyond your means. You trying to keep up with the
Mhm.
Joneses. It's like, listen, at least I don't know if the Joneses are paying their bills. I know I'm paying my bills and I'm not trying to keep up with them. For all I know, they're trying to keep up with me. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But these are the kinds of things that people will say to a responsible person and try to make them feel bad
Mhm.
for doing what they do or having what they have and all of that. You know what I mean? Just because they have complaints about the results that they might receive, just like anybody else does. Nobody has the full result that they want from doing what they do. Nobody has that. But
Well,
responsible people are expected to always be on point. So you can never be broke. You can never be sad. You know what I mean? Like it may even go as far as you if you're so responsible that you should never get your heart broken or choose the wrong person or go through an unwanted pregnancy or
mhm.
marry somebody who wasn't right for you. Like you can't make mistakes.
You can make mistakes, and then what they get mad at a person that is responsible is because they don't tell all their business out on social media. No, because I don't want that stuff to come back at me. You know, I think that's irresponsible when you tell them all your business, as far as your money and just different things, because the robbers are looking, whether they ready to set you up in a minute, and they can, and you know, even if you ain't got your information out there where you live, they be looking.
You can get it. You can get information.
You can get it easily. I know you can get it very easy, and I'm very aware of that. Why would if it's not benefiting you, being led to God or being helped with a testimony, what does it matter if I have 100 versus $5 in my pocket?
Yeah.
You know, because God is very good on. He wants to spend and save, and help the kingdom. You know, if that's the only reason why I'm telling you, that would be the only reason why I'm telling you on social media. Other than that, you don't even know what's going on with me.
Yeah. Yeah. People will count your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I'm still friends with you, because you did that show. I love that show. I didn't know they were doing that. They do it in your neighborhood too.
Shit, people do that shit.
They do it in your neighborhood too. They be thinking I got money because they be seeing my pockets. I know I'll be buying stuff I need. I need a lot.
They will count your pockets and they will count your money. You know what I mean?
I'm just aware.
People will count your money.
Yeah, I was really sad. I
pocket watching. That's what they call it. Pocket watching. You know,
beat up on myself. So people do that. That's their nature. Now you just have to be, you have to have a way to be smooth about yourself so they won't know your business.
Well, some people have a need for everybody to know how much they spent or how much they make. You know what I mean? Listen, I think it's personally, I think it's irresponsible and not a good idea when people put like let's take like Facebook. People will put their job, they'll put where they work on their Facebook profile. To me, that's irresponsible. Because when you put your job on your Facebook profile, then that gives your job the legal right to say that you are representing them on your social media page. So they can come to your page, and if you write something that they feel like misrepresents their company or whatever, you can actually get fired over that shit.
Yeah, I know for a long time that's why my cousin, all my family members is not on social media, because they was like, they don't want their job or whatever, trying to find them or, get in trouble by their job. And like, I'm talking to you now, it's certain shows that I would not share on my page, because sometimes they go on my page instead of getting it from where you are. They'll go on my page just to be nosy to see what me and you are talking about. And sometimes I'm talking to you just for healing and need to talk it out. But they'll go and do it for evil and do it for the wrong reasons to see what's in and be nosy.
True.
So
true. Yeah, listen, man, I don't mess around with corporate. You know what I mean? I don't put my job on there. I don't put my phone number on there. But people can find all of this shit out anyway. You know what I mean?
They can put on there. They so doggone know, and it really hates me. Especially if it ain't the dude, I can see the dude trying to find you and he's trying to date you or whatnot, pursuing you or whatnot. But it pisses me off when these doggone bitches, excuse my language, trying to get in my information, they try to get in your medical records or whatever, or your information to try to find out where you live and all that other stuff, going to your old church, trying to find out who you is as a person. I don't like that.
So hold on. Men have tried to get at you on the internet?
Well, I wish. Not like that. I wouldn't care. That's what I'm saying. I could understand. I would understand if it's a man pursuing me or that like me like that. But it's females that don't like me, want to know my business and trying to ruin things for me that does that.
Right. So
it's not to me. I don't have no problem with y'all.
All I'm saying,
I don't have a problem.
I'm just wondering, like, when was the last time you received a dick pic in your inbox?
Oh, we don't want some more of those.
Well,
I have received one though.
when was the last time?
That was a couple years ago.
Damn,
A couple years
that
ago.
long.
Please, that was like
I thought women be getting them joints all the time.
yeah. See, and then it's not safe. You would think the inbox is safe. The inbox is not safe. Just like everything is active on online, and they can even get in your inbox now. Especially when you think you can erase things that need to be erased.
Yeah.
You know, it don't be erased. You can still see.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to do stuff in the inbox, but I can't because these bitches be all up on my, you know what, so.
Wait, what would you like to do in the inbox?
I like to do a lot of things in the inbox, but I know I can't.
Really?
I can't do that.
Is that
anyway.
responsible?
It's like some men is possible. I'm like, well, dang, you bold.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Them DMs, that shit crazy. I saw. Oh, anyway.
But you know what? Only reason why I dated, my classmate. I knew my classmate in high school, and the only reason why I dated and so I still feel it was a success because it was did on social media. I would have never been able to talk to him in class, but I did on social media. So and it had been working out for me on social media. It don't work out for everybody on social media. They just scam and everything else.
So when was the last time you acted responsibly and wished that you didn't, or didn't act responsibly and wish that you did? Do you understand the question?
When I turned 21, I did all that drinking. That wasn't responsible.
Okay. All right.
But at least I learned. I learned what I can handle and what I can't.
Okay. So what happened when you got drunk? I mean,
I just threw up everywhere and didn't nobody have my back. But you know what? The more I think about it, that's crazy. I should go on and have my fun. Sure, whatever happens, I'm at home.
Yeah, well, like the thing is, getting too drunk out there in the world, and like you said, they didn't have your back. Anything could happen. Anything can happen to you. People can take advantage of you. They can hurt you. You know what I mean? You can get robbed. You can get robbed of your money, your personal items, and your sexuality.
I was family, my mama didn't look. That's the only time I could say she wasn't a good mom because she didn't have my. Now you need to learn. I'm like, learn what? My dad had my back, and my stepdad and my cousin had my back though, because I wasn't cleaning that stuff up.
All right. So when was the last time you acted responsibly and wish that you had to just let yourself go or did whatever you wanted to do?
No, I acted responsibly. This is the God earth truth on my mama, and my dad. Do you know $60 came out of the ATM machine, right? And it didn't come out of my pocket. It just came out, and I got it. And I told my mom and I told my friend, I was like, what should I do? She was like, sure, I'll keep it and spend. They ain't gonna miss it. No, I'm gonna be responsible and take it to the bank and give it back to them because this was not my money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they end up charging me for giving them that money?
Oh yeah.
I was like, God, I need a clear heaven and the door open because that I should have did what my mom and my friend said and kept that in my pocket.
You should. Yeah. You know what? That's a good one. You know what I mean?
It came $50 straight out the ATM machine, and I was scared as heck. And everybody told me to keep it, But no, I'm gonna do the righteous thing and take it back to the bank. And they seen where it came from. You know, it didn't come from me, but it was a different malfunction in the machine.
Yeah, I know I would have just kept that money.
I
Ain't no
feel
doubt
that if
about
I
it.
had to do that all over again, I would have kept it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
miss.
took it back though, and then it ended up charging me. I said, never again,
Yeah.
never again, money. As
Mm-hmm.
bad as we need money, you know, I'm like, never again. But I have found some money. God had made me find some money, and it wasn't just at the ATM machine. Oh, Lord, that was wrong. I had to pay that money back. I was mad. I was mad at that man. And you have to go through different steps too when you take it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they make you go through different stuff.
the only time I got extra money from an ATM machine, it was when I was a teenager. My dad had made an account for me and him. So he put the money in there and I could just, you know, take stuff out when I had to ask him first or whatever. But I remember depositing money in there before I deposited this is when you used to have the envelope to deposit money in the ATM machine.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I put the money in the envelope and deposited it in the machine, but I forgot to put the money in. So I had already sealed the envelope and put it in the joint. And I was like, damn, I forgot the money. So I'm thinking that later on they're gonna find out that the envelope was empty, and then I would just give the money back. So I put the money. I had to go in the branch the next day because the only reason I used the ATM is because the banks used to close at 3:00 in the afternoon. So I put the money in the ATM after that. So I went and put the money in the bank to cover that that empty envelope. Don't you know? They never caught that. So
dang.
yeah.
That thing I wish I could have put. My friend told me, she said, girl, I would spend that. My mama told me too.
Well, see, the thing was back then, what I didn't know is when the envelopes go to processing, sometimes people steal money anyway. So they couldn't say that I didn't put the money there. You know, and maybe somebody never said that it was an empty envelope because somebody could have stole it on the way there, you know what I mean, and got it out of there. So yeah, I got away with that one. But I ain't try it again. You know what I mean? It was only a little bit. This was like 1986. Yeah, this was like 1986, 1987. It wasn't a whole lot of money.
Things that changed a whole lot. Every bank done changed up for Comerica. Comerica still got them old banks. I don't like Comerica. That used to be my mom's bank, and it's too old fashioned for me.
Oh, Bank of America. Okay.
They done changed.
Yeah, everything done changed. Everything done changed. You know what I mean? They be charging.
Remember, you had to write a check going through the grocery line. Going through the grocery line, now all you gotta do is swipe out a card.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna talk for a minute about how sometimes being responsible can make you feel some kind of way about other people. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You have a call from
Troy.
Trezoy.
Yep.
My number one man right there. It was good.
My man.
All right.
Blessed be Urban Therapy, for there will not be a Sun 752 show.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. But yeah, like I said,
you like that one though?
It's dope. I'm gonna address that in a minute. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes being responsible can make you mad at other people and sometimes a little jealous. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because although I think that jealousy is the most destructive emotion that a person can ever display, there are times when it can be a little innocent and maybe a little justified. For example, for example, let's say you got a car. So you got a car and you pay your car note if you have one, or you get car insurance. But you're responsible as don't never get no accidents. You know what I mean? So you just paying your money month after month, month after month, month after month. You basically are paying for nothing. Yeah, they call it insurance, but in my mind, if you, in my mind, I feel like you should get money back if you never get in an accident. You should get something. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to pay full price like you just put money in a bank, but you're not really putting money in a bank. You got to keep paying and paying and paying and paying and paying and paying and paying, and you don't get shit back. But anyway, somebody may have a car and they don't have insurance, so they never have they get to keep that money in their pocket. You might become car insurance in Pennsylvania is a little, in Philadelphia particularly, is a little expensive. So you might find yourself, depending on what kind of car you have and what kind of coverage you have. Let's say you have full coverage, full tort insurance or whatever, with gap insurance and all of that old shit. You can wind up paying like somewhere between $200 and $300 a month for car insurance, maybe a little higher depending on the kind of vehicle that you drive. So you could use that $200 to $300 in your pocket every month. You know what I mean? But you doing the right thing, covering yourself. But you never get into no accidents and no shit like that. Meanwhile, your brother, your sister, your friends, co-workers, whoever, they ain't carrying no car insurance, and they never get stopped by the cops. You know what I mean? They never get called on not having no insurance. So they seem like it can seem like they're luckier than you. So you might feel some kind of way about that shit. Like, here I am doing the right thing and it's costing me to do the right thing. They not doing the right thing and they getting the same benefits that I'm getting. I think it's okay to feel some kind of way about that. Now, I don't think it's okay to snitch on them or no shit like that. But yeah, feeling some kind of way about that. I can understand how you would feel some kind of way about that. You losing $200 to $300 a month or more, and they not losing nothing. Both of y'all are careful drivers, but maybe sometimes you get stopped by a cop. You know what I mean? Routine traffic stop. You might not have got a ticket, but you had to show license, registration, and insurance. That person never gets stopped, so they never have to show license, registration, and insurance, and they wouldn't be able to produce the insurance even if they did get stopped. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, being a responsible person can make you feel like this is some bullshit. Bullshit, I tell you. Now you fuck around and let your insurance lapse, and the insurance companies tell on your ass right away. They drop their insurance. So you need to suspend their registration if they don't come up with some insurance in 30 days. Shit happens. Yeah. You can't do what they do. You got to keep on doing what you do.
True indeed.
So, yo, Troy.
What's going on, my man? I'm on the phone. I want to do what I can.
Okay.
Old school.
That was true school. True school.
True school and old school. Yes, it is.
I'm feeling like a real man should, my dog.
And that's exactly, you got to say that for me to speak more. We can't go beyond that, bro.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop you earlier. You was going too far.
My fault. I promise you.
You was doing too much. You know what I mean? Like,
my most humble and sincere
the table
for that. You're absolutely right.
The table wasn't set. You know what I mean?
When I hang up the phone, I'm gonna go get a book and stand in the corner with my hands up.
That's a good idea. That's what should happen. That's what should happen.
I have to be responsible for being irresponsible.
Without a doubt. So
see, a lot of people don't understand that though, son. Sometimes being irresponsible makes you responsible.
Wow. Break that
people
down.
Don't understand that.
Break
they
that
think
down.
That you gotta be responsible, but sometimes when you go outside the realms of being responsible, you have a wake-up call. Some people don't understand what the wake-up calls is. You know, and sometimes might consider it a epiphany. You know,
Epiphany?
because people, epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to dig in the realms of the Sun 752 Penn State words. You know, because like I was listening to this show, you know, your station was talking, and what happens is you asked about, you know, as a kid, was you responsible? I was responsible. I'd say from a scale of 1 to 10, I was a 9. Because if I give myself a 10, I was perfect. If I give myself a 9, I know I had room for improvement as a kid. But I never smoked weed. I'm 55. I never smoked cigarettes. I was in a house at a time that I had to be in. Only one time did I do something stupid. Well, with some irresponsible things that I've done through the years. But I remember the one time I forgot. I went home. I came out of school early. I went over to Playground, you know, in South Philly. And I went and played ball, and I was out there till about 6 o'clock. And I came home, and my grandfather was there. I'm gonna shout my grandfather out. That's my man, best friend as a kid, John Gladden. He was there.
Okay.
And when he was there, I was right. When I walked in the door, he was right there. That was that aha moment. Aha! So that irresponsibility after that ass with me. Well, let's go back, because you know, it was this thing that C.J. Gardner came up with when he was doing on the sideline, and he called it "belt the ass" when the Eagles beat the Chiefs. And I guarantee you, my grandfather would have loved that slogan, because that's exactly what he did to me, man. He whooped my ass in the name of Martin Luther King. Thank God Almighty, he whooped my ass. You know, I woke up. That's the wake up call. An ass whooping can wake you up, make you responsible to do certain things. You know, so I turned back around. You know, and I take pride in that. The fact I never smoked weed, I still take pride in that. You know, drinking. I didn't drink until I was 21, son.
I can dig it.
Didn't drink until I was 21. First drink I ever had was, well, first drink I had at 21. That's a bit. It was St. Ives. I was drinking it with my friends. And then, but the first mixed drink I ever drank was peace knopped and orange juice.
Yeah, you was going light, but you know,
yeah, well, that was
but a clean body.
My mom used to drink it.
But a clean body, that shit is still hit. You know what I mean? But in a clean body, that shit will still hit.
It's still hit, yes.
Yeah. Shit.
Yes, you know, when you ain't never drink before, you drink that. Yeah, you go to sleep.
One beer had you flying like, oh shit. Oh, beer.
When I first tried to say that, I can understand. I wasn't just the crooked eye. I was the crooked eye, the crooked J.
Yeah.
the crooked alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, that, and I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18. So, you know, there was a lot of responsibility that I followed, and I never was a follower, because if I was a follower, I would be dead or in jail, because I would have been selling drugs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So when you sit back, you have an understanding of the person that, you know.
Oh, shit. The app crashed. Hold on, y'all. App crash. That shit went down in flames, too. Hold on. Okay. Make sure y'all hit the like button, too. Please do me that one little solid. All right, let me see.
Please leave your message for...
You probably trying to call in, too. But as we proceed to give you what you need, so we're talking about about the problems with growing up responsible. You know, when you're a responsible person, that shit can take you in a lot of different places that you want to be, and sometimes a lot of times where you don't want to be.
You have a call from
Sure.
My bad, man. The app crashed.
No
Everybody out.
problem.
That's how it
I know
turns
I'm up
out.
here talking. I'm waiting for the head.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that thing faded to black.
Yeah, so with like I was saying, the responsible things I did for my mom is when she had surgery during the summertime, maybe once or twice, I would stay in the house the whole time with her just until she was able to move around, even though she wanted me to go outside and play. I thought it would be more responsible to be there with her, just to make sure she was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my older siblings was out there doing their thing. I was in there with her, chilling.
Okay.
Looking at all these damn old movies and every damn thing. So it's just so many things. You know, I look back on my life and I start thinking about responsible things I did, but then I think about the irresponsible things I did, like staying over. Hello,
Yeah, I'm here.
okay, staying over the playground too late, or I got in a fight with one of my best friends. His name Freddie Harvey. God rest his soul. And I ain't never been hit so hard that I called my sister up there.
Mm.
So when I did that, she called my grandfather. She was like, and she sounded like D from off of fucking with that. Oh, I'm gonna call your grandfather. I'm gonna call your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
She called my grandfather. He came over there. Never cursed. I never cursed again until I was able to really get it out my mouth. I didn't curse ever
Yeah.
until I got older. So I tell certain things I did as a kid, the irresponsible things is what made me responsible.
Yeah.
But even up to when my grandfather passed away, son, I was still scared of his spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. I can dig it.
And the reason why I was always responsible is because of I didn't want to hurt or disrespect the people that brought me up.
Okay.
I think I developed a conscience at an early age. Like if I do this, I won't get that, or I'm going to hurt this person.
Mm-hmm.
And the things, and another thing is, my friends if I call you my friend, I call you my brother, because I hate the terminology of being friends when we that tight. If I call you my friend, I call you my brother. So all my brothers that I grew up with pretty much respected that and didn't allow me to become part of what they was doing. So I mean, they would look out for me. They throw me a couple of hours here, or when we hang out, they'll break bread with me. Even though I had a couple of hours, my mom would give me when I wasn't working, but they'll look out for me.
Well, see, for me, that sounds problematic in and of itself because, like, looking out for other people, looking out for people who would look out for you is gratifying, or at least it can be. But the problem with growing up responsible is that you attract so many people who are irresponsible, who will actually act like you owe them something or you're supposed to do something. See,
Yeah.
like being irresponsible often comes with giving grace. And not everybody deserves grace. You know what I'm saying? Like some people deserve, to be done like your grandfather did you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what some people need. Now, I don't want to say that that's what they deserve, but that might be what they need because the other things ain't working. So when irresponsible people prey on responsible people all the time, that's problematic. You know what I mean? And even when those people who may have shitted on you or fronted on you or taken advantage of you or stolen from you or set you up on all that or maybe even put hands on you because you were taught to be responsible and you were taught to maybe have a forgiving nature or something like that. Here you are feeling bad for them. like feeling bad for them, even though if the tables were reversed, they would just go and let you fall on their face. I mean, fall on your face. So this could be the problem with growing up being responsible. I think about yesterday's show and how Kim felt so bad when she had to take the bat out. She remembered the look on that bat's face. See, if that means you were raised a certain kind of way. You were raised responsible in a way that you respected life. So even though she knew that she had to take the life of the bat, the look on that bat's face haunted her. An irresponsible person would have never felt no kind of way about that shit. So it's problematic. It can be anyway. You know what I'm saying? If a responsible person knows that they gotta do what they gotta do, even if it's not the right thing, even if it's not the most gratifying thing or satisfying thing. So the times when somebody else didn't pay their bills, you paid all of yours and got some money left. And now here you are going over here to help them pay theirs when they should have paid theirs. That's problematic. It can be. You know what I'm saying? And it can make you feel some kind of way. So it's just like if you was in school and you study for your exams and you go over your spelling words or make sure that you do whatever it is to get good grades in school, but your man want to just cheat off of your paper. And it ain't because he's stupid. It ain't because he can't read. It's not because he doesn't he can't do math. It's because he don't want to do his homework. So he knows you do yours. So he just gets friendly with you and like, yo, just when you just don't cover your paper when you put in your answers so I can see. You know what I mean? It's the same mentality. It's the same mentality. And that shit will start to weigh on you after a while. Yeah, you might be all right with letting your man cheat off your paper a couple of times, but like, damn, man. So I got to take the test for both. I got to get you through this whole class or all the classes. You sit on the desk closest to me every fucking exam, but not the one in back of me or in front of me, always on the side of me. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. You know what I mean? So your brothers would do that. Your sisters might do that. Sometimes your parents might do that. I'll tell you something, man. And look, yo, man, this is a heavy one. Sometimes this is the whole issue when you have a woman who has multiple kids by multiple fathers. Now, let me preface this by saying this. I don't have no problem with no woman falling in love or falling in lust and having children by a man as long as they take care of the children. You know what I mean? As long as the children I ain't even gonna say as long as the children were born out of love, because sometimes the love wasn't there, but you know what I mean? The feelings were. The feelings just might not have been love, but it's what you do after the fact, not necessarily, during the fact. Because I've known people that was born out of love or created out of love, and then everything got fucked up later on, So I'm saying this because you or let's say whoever, each child by each father has different genetic information than the child that has a different father. You know what I'm saying? So the first, let's say a woman has two kids by one man, and then a baby by another man, maybe a baby by another man, and then a baby by another man. It happens. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be a hoe for that to happen. You gotta fuck 4 times, 5. You gotta fuck 5 times. That's what it takes. 4 times if it's one set of twins. 3 times if it's 2 set of twins. It happens. So anyway, the thing is, one of those children may have had a dad that was responsible.
Right.
The other ones might have had a dad that was all over the place. You know what I mean? And then once again, I'm not judging that, but it could be a difference. Like everybody wonder how come we all grew up under the same roof with the same mom, but this child is different from the rest of them. Because this one is made of different stuff than the rest of them were. Not saying that it's better or not, but maybe they didn't follow the example that the other kids did. Maybe the other kids were prone to bullying and this one don't do it. Or maybe this one defends against the bullies or protects others against the bullies instead of being a bully. And maybe this one, instead of taking money, makes the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what happens? All of the ones that are are closer to the same one, maybe because they got the same father or they have the same kind of father, they're different than this one. And so everybody runs to this one, and this one ain't even the oldest. They might be the middle child. You know what I mean? Everybody runs to the middle child like they the oldest child, like they the most the oldest one's supposed to be the most responsible, but they ain't. You know what I mean?
True.
You know what I mean? They might not be, you know? So, the oldest one might have been the oldest one and everybody looked up to the oldest one, but then they all had to fall off from looking up to the oldest one because he or she wasn't representing. But this middle one did. You know what I mean? This swine over here don't practice that ugly duckling shit. But the swine, but the swine gets shitted on time after time. Here the swine is always having write a check for the rent in a place that they don't live. Here is the swine always saying, all right, y'all got kicked out. Y'all can use the guest room, and I got a couch bed down the basement plus an air bed that we can put in the little storage room. You know what I mean? I put you up until you get back on your feet. That kind of shit. You know what I mean? Not one time, not two times, but they start leaning on them all the time. Then you move in the crib just to get your get back on your feet, and the kids, those wonderful nieces and nephews, they breaking shit. You know what I'm saying? They fuck you. You had all of the backs to your remotes on the remote. Now you can't find the fucking backs of the remote. You got tape on the back of the remote.
Worst fucking feeling ever, boy. Worst fucking feeling ever.
You had the backs to all your remotes and you knew where they were. Now you can't find a remote. You find a remote. You find it in a room where there ain't even no fucking TV. And that shit got the batteries taped up on the back.
You're mixing up the books. You got the same TV in the house on 3 different floors, 3 different TVs, 3 different remotes. But the remotes work on certain TVs. And they mix them the fuck up.
Hey, you try not to blame the kids. It ain't their fault. It's your nut ass brother or your sister that didn't teach your kids not to touch shit that don't belong to them. You know them little liquor bottles. Hold on. You might, these little shot, these little nips, these little liquor bottles. You might be a collector of them shits. You don't drink them shits. No, this is a Fireball, cinnamon whiskey.
Fireball,
yeah.
Fireball.
So you might have these. You collect these. When you got your crib all to yourself, you can collect shit. Don't nobody touch your shit. It might get dusty if you don't, maintain it, but you might be adding on. Now you seeing your little bottles stop. Even if they don't drink them. Kids like to play with shit like this. Like, yeah. So I had 10 of the bottles, and then your bottles fucking missing, and it ain't because they drunk them. It's because they fucking misplaced them. Now that shit getting under your skin. they getting under your ears. They getting under your responsible ass skin. You know what I'm saying?
You get to the point where you reach you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta fucking go. And then the first thing come out your mouth is you go off the back about remote.
The worst thing that can happen. You got nieces or nephews that's like teenagers or some shit. You know what I mean? So you let all of them come. You know, you let the mom, you know, the older kids. You know, let's say they got a 3-piece. And your fucking fast ass niece get pregnant while she under your roof and they in transition trying to get their own place. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on. The booty. Come on, man.
But the shit, hey, it go down. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But these are the problems with being responsible. You might be responsible and OCD. You used to shit being a certain kind of way. They come and fuck your whole world up. You know when you OCD, when people put shit out of place, that shit it'd be like somebody punching you. It'd be like getting stung by 3 bees. You know,
damn.
You can't help it. You OCD. Yo, you didn't roll up the toothpaste. Who squeezes the toothpaste from the middle? What you doing? Get your own fucking toothpaste. Stop. Yo, your mom should buy you your own toiletries. Why you use them? I got the good body wash. I got the what's the toothpaste? The real good shit. You know what I mean? The real expensive shit. I got some of it.
White and shit.
Hold on. What's this shit that I get? Hold on. With this, you know what I mean? Ever since I turned 55, I can't remember shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's how we do it.
Shit is fucked up. All right, hold on.
You were 54, you knew all that shit.
I did. Tom's. This shit, Tom's toothpaste. You got the good Tom's and shit. You know what I mean? You're like, yo, y'all ain't into that. Y'all don't care about that kind of shit. Y'all using Crest and Colgate. Ain't nothing wrong with Crest and Colgate. You know what I mean? Even the cheap ass Ultra Bright. You know what I'm saying? Close up, gleam, aim. You know what I'm saying? Just Aquafresh. Hey, all right, y'all use that. Don't use my shit. You know what I mean? Why am I hiding my toothpaste in my own house? I should have to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got the Old Spice body wash. Why is a girl using this man body wash?
Not even that. Who ate my fucking hoagie? Who ate my half a hoagie after free?
Yo, oh my! I don't even want to talk about. I don't even talk about food. I don't want to talk about food, and I don't want to talk about motherfuckers that's getting food stamps and not contributing to none of the other bills in the household, but they think they own the house because they pay because they got the food stamps. That's their whole claim to fame.
You can't wash up with chicken nuggets.
You can't tell them that shit. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers, they be look. Them motherfuckers come in the kitchen with their chest poked out like, I put this food on the table. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we stopped up. Yeah, the baby stopped up the toilet because he put a toy, he put a matchbox of the Hot Wheels car in the toilet. So what? That's what babies do. He ain't no baby, he's 6 years old. So what? He a baby. He the youngest one in here. He a baby. You know what I mean? You always bitching about everything your nephew do. You know what I mean? Just because you ain't got no kids. But anyway, I put the motherfucking food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? That deep freezer, that's my shit. I don't care. All right, yeah. You pay the light bill, you pay the rent or the mortgage. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The gas, the water and all, but I put food on the table. And every time it's time to pay the bills, you want to ask me when I'm finally get my own place. Motherfuckers is crazy. You know, with them food stamps and shit. Food stamps, they claim to fame. I'm putting $600 in this place. They ain't putting $600 of food in your refrigerator for you. You be lucky if you get $100 worth of it. They got 3 kids.
I remember when I was a kid, and them Cup of Noodles and Oodles and Noodles first came out. You know what I mean? When they first came out, my uncle was living with us because him and his wife and his daughter, 2 daughters, had a fire at their house and it burned down. My mom let them move in with us, and they took me and my brother home. So I turned back around and we was running out some food in the kitchen. We go up in their room. They got oodles and noodles hiding up in the room.
You know it. You know it.
And they get mad when you try to come out of snack to them.
Yo, listen, man. Nobody take ownership of a house like the people who don't pay no bills in that bitch.
That's the truth. That is the fucking truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this.
They want to tell you what they're doing, but don't want to do the rest. They come in, they might buy food, but don't want to clean up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they don't want to clean the fuck up. They want to do everything. Well, I did put food in the house. Okay. That's nice. Real nice. What else? Give me something else.
Listen, man. You know the thing is, when you're a responsible person, you come up against all of this shit. You know what I mean? You always have people. You. It's like you have you got crosshairs on your back.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is always paying attention. They pocket watching. They definitely counting your money for you. Yo, you got that and that and that and that and that. That's money spent. That's not money that you still have. You know what I mean? But they don't pay attention to that shit. They treat it like it's their money or our money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, growing up responsible is and growing up responsible can, like I said, it can work on your guilt factor. So you feeling guilty and compassion for people who are irresponsible. Meanwhile, if the tables and when the tables have been turned, they haven't done, they won't do the same for you. They'll tell you, well, you shouldn't have done this shit. You know what I mean? You know, like, yo, my baby mom tripping. All she wants is money. Like, you know, I make sure that the kids have everything they supposed to have. And you know what I'm saying? I'm doing the right things and whatever. Yeah, you should have used a condom. Fuck is you talking about? The Monday morning quarterback advice, motherfucker. Should have used a condom. That was my wife, bitch. Nigga, the fuck out of here. But they've been winding up for that pitch for the longest. They've been winding up. They want to see your responsible ass fail. They do. They've been waiting for you to get yours.
It's also the ones that the ones that want to see you fail is the ones that don't want to be there, or the ones you was there for, and then they see you fall like, this motherfucker for this time. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They may not. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that they want to see you fail, but they definitely want to see you, you know, suffer some damage. You know what I mean? They want to see you, you know, you got a new car. They want you to get a dent, scratch, something, fender bender. You know, like that's supposed to ground you. And it ain't because you running around here bragging or or teasing other people for not having nothing. It's just because misery loves company. The thing is, you are responsible and probably miserable also. It look like everybody who ain't got no business winning, it look like they winning.
Mm-hmm.
Man, skinny bitches always talking about fat bitches winning. Yo, these fat bitches winning. From their point of view, they are. Like, because they fat, they shouldn't have a boyfriend or people who or men who are attracted to them. Come on, man. You thin. You got men that are attracted to you. I done wait. I done heard all kinds of shit. I done heard these are quotes. These fat bitches winning. These dirty bitches winning. Oh, these ratchet bitches winning. I mean, and I had to stop. I'm like, well, what is winning? I mean, all the men be going to them. They give them money and everything. And I'm like, well, fat bitches don't be getting no money. They give money and blowjobs. You know what I mean? Quality shit. Well, maybe they do get paid for that. But I have to say, on the internet, they do get paid. Yo, man, you know what I mean? No disrespect, but them fat bitches be having like 100,000 followers. And I'm like, look at this shit. They be in them comments like, oh, I love you. I love you. Oh, yo, give me your number. I want to marry you. I will treat you the best. I'm like, so these motherfuckers is fawning over this bitch eating a bag of corn chips online? Literally. Shit, wow, son. Shit's wow, son.
That's the truth, bro. We true.
That shit wow. But yeah. So yeah, from the other side, from the side of the responsible person, you know, it can easily look like the ones that are irresponsible or that just let themselves go. It can look like they getting all the shine. You know what I mean? The skinny chick, she might be going to the gym all the time, eating right. You know what I mean? You know, making sure that she get regular checkups and all of that. Meanwhile, this chick, 400 pounds. She got niggas pulling up in Benzes. Her cash app stay on ka-ching. Got another cash app. Yeah, I mean, all she had to do was put the rolls online. So these chicks be having OnlyFans, son.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all, when you talk about OnlyFans, you know the first person you think about, Shannon Sharp, who done something irresponsible and made that girl responsible. With 23 million.
Look, he played it so. I mean, he literally got played. Know what I mean? Now, had that been a fat black woman, he'd have been good. He'd have been good. Know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He'd have got his man ate right correctly and everything. But no.
I know the white girl clapping in the background. Thank you, Shannon, for being so irresponsible. I'm gonna be responsible enough and don't go back on. Hold
on. Carla in the comments says it's the way they eat the corn chips, son. It must be. Yo, I knew this chick. She blocked me. She blocked me because she was getting so big that I inboxed her and asked her, you know, was she good? Like it was getting bad. And she was like, yeah, why, what you mean? I was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you was already big, but like, yo, you getting like, I remember you saying that you was trying to, you know, get on a health regimen, lose some weight. It looked like you done packed on like 75. I ain't say that. But she got so mad about that shit, she blocked the shit out of me. Like, all right, what I'm not gonna have is anybody criticizing my profession. You know what I mean? Like, she ain't want to hear nobody. Basically being a fat chick online, getting on. But she had over 100,000 followers, and she was ratchet.
Hey, the song say it. Cool C, they said it in Cool C song. You better get what you got.
Well, see,
What you want.
the thing is, it don't work for men. Like
No,
this chubby chasing shit is a real thing. This shit is real, but it ain't the same for men.
You said it don't work for men.
It don't. You know what I mean? You ain't be a fat man.
You ain't never see a big motherfucker on.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I ain't saying that big dudes don't get no love, because they do, but they ain't able to monetize that shit. The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? These fat chicks is getting money. And the only ones that don't get money are the ones that are ashamed of their weight. So they ain't doing the same things. They taking nothing but face shots. Like, you would never get to see that body unless you see them in person. All you get to do.
You see their face. On the tape, you see from the shoulders up.
Some don't do shoulders.
They just do straight face.
Headshots only. Yo, you gonna see this 150 pound face. You'll never see this 450 pound body. You ain't get that. You know what I'm saying? What you think this is? OnlyFans? So anyway.
Yeah, that's funny. Don't be irresponsible and be selfish without loving yourself. Love yourself and show the whole thing.
Well, you know, I'm just saying all of this to say that, you know, being a responsible person has its perks, but it also has a lot of problems that come with it. It has a, you know, I mean, because you will be targeted. You will be targeted. When people see you do the right thing, first of all, they don't believe that you always doing the right thing. And you may not be always be doing the right thing, but you never said that you were. You just going about your business and handling it as you go along. But they want to see, all the chinks in the armor.
If you think about a halo, right? Make a halo and use that as the percentage you would use on your cell phone. You know, and when you see that halo, when you see my halo, I would say I'm at 70% charged with my halo. The other 30%, I'm trying my best to get to 100%. And I don't want to get to 100% because that means that everything is perfect. And when you think about when Stacey was talking about God and this, that, and the other, and I was listening to her, you know, people don't understand what was the reason. What did God die for? He died for our sins. So if we was all perfect, and we weren't sinning, and we didn't have sin, there was no reason for God to die. You know, he shouldn't even have to die on the cross. You know, we look at it in some certain ways. So when you sin, it's not telling you to sin, but if you sin, because you are a human being, you do the irresponsible thing of sinning. The responsible thing is to not sin anymore and to try to be somewhere near Christ-like. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's the best thing you can do is make an attempt. Make a damn attempt.
Word. All right, man. We overtime. Let's get the fuck on about it.
I know we did. Well, you know, man.
Listen, I ain't even see it. Go ahead.
One thing I want to let you know again. I'm tired of you touching on topics that's beneficial. I mean, I need some irresponsible topics.
This week,
not beneficial to me.
This week, I'm coming up with all kinds of bullshit.
And you know what? This topic was so good. The trolls wasn't trolling today.
Oh, yes, they was. You must not have been here in the very beginning. Yeah, they was coming through.
Oh, you know my fault. We had T. Carrie Wright during the fight in the beginning.
No, she was missing. She came through. You know what I'm saying? We you know, yeah, they like to shoot they load in the beginning. Now, but you're right, it wasn't as bad as yesterday and the day before that. I tell you, they was like zombies. They was like zombies yesterday and Friday night. Like, yo, we go
trolling apocalypse.
Straight lace. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy. All right. Yo, I appreciate you calling in, Stacey. I appreciate you calling in. Thanks for both of y'all and input. I appreciate it. Hold on. Let's do the poll question. All right. 101 votes. Do you think that a person can be totally responsible and still have a lot of fun and be happy? This is the most lopsided voting poll I ever saw. So 69% said yes, they have fun and are happy as well. That's the AW stood for as well. They won't let me have enough characters to write the whole thing out, but that stood for yes, they have fun and are happy as well. 11% said people take advantage of them a lot. 7% said they wish they could be free. And 13% says, how is being irresponsible any fun? Well, that's an interesting poll. Interesting answers. I'm surprised that the majority said that.
She's a sexy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that 69% said that they have fun and are happy as well. Because I know for a fact that a lot of responsible people, listen, they get their issue. You know what I mean? They suffer the consequences a lot of times. And I'm also I'm surprised that only 7% said they wish that they could be free. Which to me that symbolizes that a lot of people don't know the struggle of the struggle that responsible people go through. And they do. They
have to cut you off. Look at the last chat question. The next poll can be, can a flat booty woman find real love?
Can a flat booty woman find real love? That's actually a good question. And I'm going to answer that before we do it. Yes, they can. Listen, man, you sleep on them flat booty women if you want. You know what I mean? You're like, them motherfuckers are the hidden gem. They are the hidden gem out here. I tell you what, I take a flat booty woman over a BBL woman any fucking day. Now, you could say, well, she really a flat booty woman if she got a BBL. No, she might have that widespread, or she might, you know what I mean? That shit, she might have the little booty thing, whatever. Yeah, whatever matched them little ass legs she got. I know that BBL looks stupid on you, but yeah, it's actually a good question. Can a flat booty woman? I mean, flat chested women find love all the time. But they be fucking it up. Jada Pinkett Smith. They be fucking it up. Never trust a flat chested woman.
Add so flat, you have to put a child's body on top of the regular toilet so they can go to the bathroom so they won't slip in that motherfucker.
Listen. Never trust a flat chested woman. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you why. Because first of all,
flat-chested woman?
Yeah, never. Because they think they this shit because they can wear shirts without no bra. Never trust a woman who don't have to wear no bra, son. You know what I mean? And now I'm not talking about anybody who may have had breast cancer treatments or anything like that, because you wasn't flat chested before. But the flat chested women are the evilest. You know what I mean?
Well,
they the worst.
Well, son, I'm not going to sit up here and talk about women, but I got to say this too. I don't trust flat-chested women, and I don't trust women with inner nipples. I think they're aliens.
I have no problem with that. I mean, you can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. Listen.
That's not what you said. I have no problem.
Listen. If y'all think I'm lying about flat-chested women, I'm gonna tell you. You look at Jada Pinkett Smith. You look at what was that chick who was Olivia Pope on that show?
Oh, you talking about Kerry
Washington? Yeah, look at her. You see, Taraji P, she got tired of that flat chested shit and she went and got us some titties. Look at Lil' Kim. She couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand, not having no titties. You know what I mean? She had to go get some and then it made her fuck up her whole face. I'm telling you, this whole flat chested shit, it'll fuck your head up. It'll fuck your head up. You know what I'm saying?
She went from Little Kim to Little Kim Woo.
I don't know what that shit. She went from she's straight anime.
Yes, she did.
She's straight anime. And I don't mean that bitch. Yeah, she could be like Spritle or Speed Racer or some shit. All right, man. Do these birthday shout outs.
Why the fuck would you do that, Kim?
Yo,
you could have stopped on when you, man.
No, not why did she do that? Why did she keep doing it? It was like, God damn. Yo, that shit was like, I put my hand in the fire and it burnt me. So I did that shit 10 more times. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Instead of going by 6 million ways to die, she went by 10 million ways to fuck my body and my face up.
Yo, she looks so bad. Like motherfuckers that be. Yo,
I'm looking at you on TV. Stop, man.
Yo, man, I'm sad. This shit. Yo, when she was on stage with Diddy and Diddy was trying to, he was like, oh my God, this bitch, the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you ain't have to worry about me sexually assaulting her. You know what I mean? We good. Fuck out of here, Kim. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we straight. We don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. August 24th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Deborah Ocasio, happy birthday. And also Mitzi Gauze. And my girl going all the way back to the 1985, Andrea Mayberry and Portia Carr, Tiffany Jones, Kim Mullins, Will McCoy, my cuz, Natasha Neal, and last but not least, Penn State and Franklin Learning Center's finest, my girl Jamila Brown. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 24th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, responsible people often put themselves in a line of fire. They can get hurt, but I wouldn't change doing the right thing to do the wrong thing and see what it's like to do the wrong thing for anything out there. One thing that my pop always told me, and I never forgot this. He always said, Omar, never apologize for perfection. Never apologize for perfection. So yeah, your friends might be teasing you because you want to get it right, but there's a lot of profit and a lot of pride in getting things right. So you go ahead and get things right. If they want to be proud for fucking up, that's on them. They want to sit in the back of the classroom and be all irresponsible. That's on them. You don't have to let that be you. Still, it's real tough when the people that are closest to you and should be the most supportive of you are the ones that seem to be the most against you. It's tough. It's tough. I started to name this show today. I started to name this show when your only enemy is your man or your woman. That's what I started to do today. I said, you know what? I'm going to keep that in the tuck. When your only enemy is your man or your woman. Sometimes people feel that. Let me know if y'all want to do that show tomorrow. Because that shit, that's a lonely place. So
I would love for you to do that show tomorrow. Matter of fact, I think that should be a weekly thing. That whole thing.
God damn. We gonna do a series and shit. But
yeah, I want you to do that, and I want you to do some small shorts.
God. Oh, you know I haven't done them because they. I'll get into that in a minute.
You haven't done no small shorts in a minute, bro.
Yeah, man, but it's because they start shitting on them, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna fall back for a while.
Well, that's one thing. But you've been off this week too with your scheduling.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like them shorts, you know, like they like it's like they almost like
you two coming at your short.
Yeah, they was coming like. Okay, so my thing is, if my shorts are getting like 1,000 views or more, you know what I mean? I'm expecting it to stay that way. But lately, them shit's only doing a couple of hundred. I'm like, so I'm like, and I know they control the algorithm. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? Pop back out when it's safe again. You know, because it's like the shorts, the algorithm is like, it's literally like the lottery or a slot machine. Like you can't control it. You know what I mean? It's luck. This shit crazy. So anyway, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow, Monday going into Tuesday at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's what we do, and that's how we do. So make sure y'all come on through, and we can have a good time again. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I appreciate all of y'all, and we will be back. So y'all holler when we do. Peace.
Much love, bro.
All right.